Hello and welcome to a playthrough of the new DLC for Mortal Kombat X, which is Jason. Where I'm only playing as one of his sets because surprisingly I don't think I actually lost one round. I don't know how. I think it's just the fact that I kept running and jumping and trying to work out all the different controls. I like how they didn't actually add dialogue for the character, and depending on who you go against, you have different interactions. Surprisingly, I think certain different characters interact differently to others. And put it this way, certain characters don't react kindly to Jason being in front of them. During this little playthrough, I think I'll be adding a couple more to this before doing any more other different videos. You will see a couple is X-ray, which is right here, and I show off my newest faction kill, what I've recently unlocked, and at the end I actually get something I've never got before on this game. I'm surprised that there isn't a trophy for it, when you get your first one ever, but I actually got it. It was pretty good. Still haven't worked out all the controls for Jason yet. I mean, his fatality isn't that hard to connect, to be fair. I must admit, when I first started playing Mortal Kombat X, I did accidentally use the easy fatalities without even realising it when I was trying to button mash to look at the fatalities. Oh yeah, and it's probably a bit too soon. No, not too soon. Scrap that. It's a bit too late to say this, but obviously this game is very gory if you don't already know, so if you don't like this sort of thing, I'd probably leave now. Yeah, this game is fairly hit and miss with certain characters, because some characters aren't very likable to some and are very likable to others. You also have your factions, which you can pick, which I think is a bit weird how you can change factions. I just hope that you can't keep changing as many times as you want, because that's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. I myself am only on the White Lotus faction, so I think I'll be changing. I did change it first because I wasn't sure for definite which one to be in. But I was like, well, I haven't even had a match, so I'm pretty sure everything will be okay with that one. Overall, I think I've only actually played 2 Mortal Kombat games. That's this one and one before, and some people are probably going to be like questioning much about it. I only got into it more because like my mate bought it, and my dad also played the old ones, which looked pretty good to play actually, to say they were the first sort of thing of its time. I think there was at one point, if I'm not mistaken, I think they got rid of the blood or something, so there was actually sort of like a code or a cheat code at one point during the games where you could bring it back until they brought it back onto the game. Yeah, I would say Jason isn't that hard to play as, but if you like using kicks, his kicks aren't that fast, which isn't that much of a problem. I don't see why anyone would be that bothered about that anyway. I haven't actually managed to land with brutality yet, using Jason. Here's the new faction kill. I think it is anyway. I may have to look back onto that. Yeah, it's a very strange game if you've never seen a Mortal Kombat game before. It can depend on your views on this sort of thing. In some respects, the layout from Injustice is similar because you can interact with objects, but if you want to, you can actually turn that off. Don't know if you want to, because it actually makes it slightly more interesting. Yeah, I do actually like a lot of different aspects about this game, but the only problem that I have, well, one of the only problems that I can actually think of off the top of my head is the fact that team battles aren't on this game, but apparently they are on the, I think it was the mobile version. But to be honest, I don't know if I'd be that bothered to get that, just to unlock a couple of costumes. Moving on to the next thing I was going to think about, I'll more talk about the actual gameplay itself. The gameplay itself has changed from the previous one, I would say only slightly, because of the new influence, as I've already said, from the Injustice Gods Among Us game. the addition of variations of which, so it kind of means that there's 3 lots of the same character in a sense. So you could play as one variation and the another person can play as different, and you'd both in many ways have different fighting styles, which is a good thing. It actually surprised me when Andy was talking about this, because I couldn't actually get my head around exactly what they meant. I don't know why, I just couldn't. Yeah, I'd say my favourite characters are probably, let's see if I can remember the exact names, Iron Black and Sub-Zero. I've always, since I've ever played the Mortal Kombat games, I've always had like Sub-Zero because the fighting style's pretty cool. Yeah, the only person I actually managed to land the brutality with is actually Sub-Zero, because it wasn't actually that hard to do. Jason's fatality is a bit strange, because you have to go step backwards midway, and then he starts to walk up to them to do it, which that in itself can be a bit strange. Because I think there's not that I've done that many fatalities with different characters. I've only done them with so many characters as at first they are a bit hard to figure out how to do exactly. So the concept of playing as all different characters can be quite fun, but I sometimes tend to try and keep to certain ones just because I'm used to them. But I'm considering playing as all different ones because it might be an interesting concept to take up. Yeah, I think they're actually, oh, slight spoiler, it's not much of a spoiler, but there actually is a trophy you can get where if you interact on a certain map and you throw this old woman, you get a trophy. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I just know you can. Yeah, if I was you, I'd play the story before going on the classic tower mode, where you like, every time you do a character, they have a character ended to them. Because it's, in some ways, gives away a bit of story, which if I was you, you don't really want to know, unless, well, it depends what sort of person you are, to be fair, but that's my take on that. It's a very good evolution of how the Mortal Kombat games used to be, that as I've looked up, I've noticed it's kept a sort of style, but I think at one point it was where you could actually move around more and stuff like that, and there was for some reason a lot of rumours and stuff about characters, and a lot of the time they actually, I think they either turned out to be true or the developers actually teased about it and put it onto the next game or something like that, and I think that's actually pretty cool, to be fair. Right, I think I might end the commentary here shortly, just so you can just enjoy the rest of the video. I'm ZX2Crow's Icon. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoyed and are going to enjoy the rest of this video, that is. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Iconic Shadows, like, comment and subscribe, and if you're feeling generous, share it as well. It'd be much appreciated and it helps out a lot. See you on the next video.
Round 1, fight! Jason wins. Fatality. You challenge me? Round one, fight! Round two, fight! Finish him! Jason wins. Flawless victory.